Hello everyone, this is Brian from Optimized Therapy and Fitness, and this is part 2 of our 3-part series on plantar fasciitis, heel pain, and what you can do to start accelerating your healing. In the first video, we talked about an exercise that you can do at home. I hope y'all are doing that and that it's helping. If it is, that's great. Today we're going to talk about some things that you should and should not be doing, starting with what you should not be doing for the next 2 weeks only. First of all, if you're a runner or jogger, I want you to stop doing that for the next 2 weeks, just to let your heel inflammation decrease, let your foot rest, that sort of thing. Also, I want you to avoid real excessive walking, more than about 30 or 40 minutes at a time. Same reason, we're trying to get this condition to heal and have the inflammation come down a little bit. Third thing I want you to avoid is sitting for too long. If you're sitting for more than about 20 or 30 minutes at a time, whether it's at work, sitting on your couch watching TV, your foot and the calf and the tissues there are going to get tight. And when you get up to walk, you're just going to start re-tearing, and it's going to cause that inflammation to start again. So I want you to get up every 20 minutes. Just try to walk around a little bit, 1 or 2 minutes, and then you can go right back to your activity where you're sitting down. If you absolutely can't get up, if you're at work and you got a lot to do, I want to show you something that you can do in your chair that's going to help at least minimize the stiffness. So if you're sitting at your desk for a really long period of time and you just can't get up, what I want you to do is just at the very least try to do some stretches and circles with your foot. This is going to help to prevent stiffening up of your joints and of the plantar fascia and the soft tissues and the muscles in your calf, that sort of thing. That's at the very least. The best is to get up out of a seated position, but if you can't, this is what I want you to do. Now I want to talk about some things that are going to help you out, things you should be doing to help control your pain and your inflammation. If you're having a lot of pain in the arch of your foot or the heel, the Achilles area, what you want to do is take a regular water bottle full of water and freeze it. After you freeze it, you can take it out of the freezer. You're going to put it on your foot right around the heel, and you're just going to run it from your heel to your arch down to the ball of your foot, and then roll it back to the heel. You're going to do this for about maybe 5 or 10 minutes. And what the benefit of this is, rather than just doing a standard ice pack, is that you're getting a massaging of the plantar fascia as you're getting the ice, which is going to help control the inflammation. If you don't want to do it that way, another good way to do it is taking a paper cup just like this, fill it with water and freezing it. After it's frozen, what you want to do is kind of peel the paper back so you expose a nice rim on the cup. And if you're having tenderness, whether it's on the Achilles area or on your heel or arch, wherever that tenderness might be, I want you to just kind of massage the ice along those areas, just like this. Make sure you're not just letting it sit there, because that could give you frostbite, and you don't want that. So we're keeping it moving, keeping it moving. This is a shorter duration type thing, only about 3 minutes, 5 minutes at most. It's going to be a very intense cold, so most of you will probably be at the lower end of around 3 minutes. Another thing I want you to start doing is when you wake up in the morning, I don't want you just to get up out of bed and start walking right away. After you've been sleeping for 6 or 8 hours, those tissues in your foot and ankle are going to be really tight. And when you take your first steps, you're going to get that sharp shooting pain or that real intense stretching pain. And that's going to start the inflammation process all over again. It's not how you want to start the day. What you want to do is get up out of bed and sit on the edge. And almost like I showed you before with your desk exercise, I want you to do these kind of circles and stretches up and down with your foot and ankle, moving your toes up and down as well. And you're going to do this for about 1 or 2 minutes just to get everything warmed up and ready to go. Then you can start walking and heading on with your day. It's probably going to take the pain down significantly. You should notice a difference doing that. And it's going to keep it from getting inflamed throughout the day. Now, just to review, we talked about 3 things I don't want you to do. No running for the next 2 weeks, and no excessive walking more than 30 or 40 minutes for the next 2 weeks. I also don't want you sitting for more than 20 or 30 minutes at a time, okay? The other things I want you to do are trying to use the ice massage with the paper cup or doing the massage on your foot with a frozen water bottle. Either one of those to bring down inflammation and decrease pain. The next thing is when you get up in the morning, I want you to start doing your ankle exercises, doing circles, movements on your toes and your foot before you start taking your steps in the morning, just to warm up your foot, warm up the tissues. Doing that along with the exercises in the first video should really start making you feel better. In the third video coming up, look out for it in your email. There's going to be a special offer at the end of that one. I'm also going to show you a few exercises and tests that I want you to do just to see how you're progressing. So I'll see you next time.